What is it, everybody? It is Codebreaker146 here yet again with another video. And today, I am going to be doing another WrestleMania 31 match card predictions, or it's just a prediction on a match. So yeah. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about the six-man ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship today. Coming up in the next couple of days, I'll be talking about Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker, Rusev Cena, Orton Rollins, Sting Triple H, the main event, and stuff like that. We only have, I think we've got through 3, and there's 8 matches that have been announced so far. So I had to get through only about 5. If there's a pre-show match, probably more than likely Cesaro and Kid versus the New Day, possibly. Then I'm not going to do a video on that because I just don't do a video on the pre-show match. But yeah. So yeah, there's only going to be 5 more videos coming up, and we're about, I'd say, 8 days away, around that area. So yeah. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to go down in the link description box below. It's actually really cool. You get to check out the ECW website for our Trampoline Wrestling Federation that's starting up around in April or whatever. A lot of episodes have already been filmed and stuff like that, so it's just getting ready to launch and all that kind of stuff, and things must be edited and all that kind of good stuff, and everything is going down. So yeah, just go to that link below. You get to see the page is updated weekly, but for right now, it hasn't been really updated that much. It's going to be updated when the episodes come around or whatever, but so far, everything's not been really updated, but there's a new updated page if you wanted to see. There's a poll down below when you get to the home page, and it has questions and stuff like that, so just please answer that. I would really, really appreciate if you go down there and answer the questions so I can see. And tell your friends about it if you want to. And just please go down there to the link in the description box below. And also comment down below if you want to be a sponsor as a commercial, as a 40-minute, good God almighty. I bet there'd be a documentary on you. A 40-second commercial, which gives you a shout out, but you must make videos because they need to get a shot of your face or anything that you do to promote your channel or whatever. So yeah, if you want to be a sponsor for it, it's free. You don't have to pay a single thing. All you gotta do is comment down below and stuff like that. That's all you gotta do. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get into this video. This is a 6-man ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. So it all started when Wade Barrett was facing R-Truth on SmackDown. R-Truth picked up a W. Then Wade Barrett, or Bad News Barrett, had a match against Dean Ambrose at Fastlane, and Bad News Barrett got intentionally disqualified because of Dean Ambrose being the lunatic that he is, making Bad News Barrett want to get far away as possible from the lunatic fringe. Then, all of a sudden, you get Ambrose and Truth, they kind of go in together. Then Ziggler gets involved, and then Harper comes into play. And then after that, you get Bryan, and then Bryan gets in there, and then Stardust attacks him out of nowhere. So we get 6 men eventually, and it's just all been snowballing and stuff like that. And at first, I thought it would be like a fatal 4-way, Ziggler, Ambrose, Barrett, and Truth. But then Harper got involved, and then there was Bryan and Stardust, and at this point now, I just completely botched. There's 7 men. There was 6 guys, but now there's 7 men in the ladder match. Sheamus is rumored to be in there, to possibly be another participant in there. I'll get to in a minute what I've heard. But yeah, but it's been kind of snowballing, and there's been a lot of flip-flopping from the titles. Not necessarily this time of somebody winning it and somebody losing it the next night after. Miz and Ziggler, summer of 2014. It hasn't been anything like that. Them flip-flopping championship reigns. It's just been each person has stolen. I thought it's been a really fun build for them to steal the title. It's pretty entertaining. I know a lot of people are really, really looking forward to this match because WWE pretty much said, well, if you're not going to get Daniel Bryan in the main event of WrestleMania, we're going to give you this big ladder match that you've all been hoping for, even though we really want Money in the Bank at WrestleMania again. We're going to give you a ladder match with a lot of, internet darlings and people you actually like and can tolerate on here, not any lame giants in there or anybody that's in there for no reason. We're going to give you a match. It's going to be fun. It's going to steal the show. And there's no doubt in my mind that this is at least #1 candidate to steal the show at WrestleMania 31. if given the proper amount of time, they can really put on an outstanding performance. I mean, you look at Razor and versus Shawn at WrestleMania 10 stole the show. A lot of people can argue Owen versus Brett that also stole the show as well as the best match, but I believe that the latter match is better than Owen versus Brett. Then you have WrestleMania 3. A lot of people, WrestleMania 3, everybody thinks about Hogan and Andre, but it's also, if you look deeper into that card, everybody knows the most shining moment of the show, which was Randy Savage versus Ricky Steamboat, WrestleMania 3 for the Intercontinental title. So it can be kind of one of those deals. But I'm really looking forward to this match. I honestly don't know who's going to win. I know Harper. Harper and Truth have no chance. I don't see Ziggler walking out with the Intercontinental title. I think they might have something bigger planned for Ziggler. Not a WWE Championship reign, but something a little bit bigger among the lines of that. Ambrose, I can see Ambrose walking out with the Intercontinental Championship, but not as much as Daniel Bryan or Bad News Barrett. Because Dean Ambrose, I believe they're going to turn him heel soon, and he's going to be launched into a huge feud with Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and just, the Shield storyline factoring in and everything involved. I think it'd be a good storyline, but I just don't get why they would turn Ambrose heel. But it's happening sometime during 2015. Just mark my words. Daniel Bryan versus Bad News Barrett. Now, Daniel Bryan is my second candidate due to the fact that Daniel Bryan is Daniel Bryan. He had a fantastic moment. He main evented WrestleMania 30. And more than likely, he's going to be in the curtain jerker of WrestleMania 31. Well, then somebody could argue, well, Daniel Bryan was in the first match against Triple H, but he wasn't in the curtain jerker. The curtain jerker for WrestleMania 30 was Hogan, Austin, Rock in a promo segment. So, don't even go there. But I see what you mean, but I just think Daniel Bryan should be treated just a little bit better. Everybody was saying, it's going to be Bryan versus Sheamus, but now it's confirmed Bryan's going to be in a ladder match, and we're going to see how everything goes down between everybody and how it kind of converses as a match itself. A lot of people say Bryan's going to be on top of the ladder, and Sheamus might come in there and interfere and bro kick him halfway to hell or something like that. It's just going to get crazy. But if that's the case, then Barrett's going to win. But if they add Sheamus to the match, Sheamus could win and be a dominant heel IC champion as it's Sheamus versus Bryan, maybe for a couple months. It's because, those two could put on good matches, but I just don't want to see those two face off at the current moment. And I definitely want to, I don't want to see them at WrestleMania 32. For some reason, that's Vince McMahon's wet dream of a match. 27-28, they both face each other. One for the United States Championship was on the pre-show. They turned into a battle royal won by the great freaking Khali. And then WrestleMania 28, it's an 18-second match, and everybody complained about it, and probably Vince McMahon's like, light bulb in my head. This time we're going to give it to you. You guys, this is exactly what you wanted. And Vince McMahon, being the out-of-touch douchebag that he is, he's going to give us that match. But we didn't get it this year, so, take that as what you will. But Barrett could win. He's being built up strong for the last week, but the weeks prior to that, he was just getting beat down and stuff like that. But at the end of these huge brawls and stuff going down, everybody hitting their finishers, Barrett stands tall with a lot of these bullhammers. Got a good rub on SmackDown, got a really good rub on Raw of him holding up the title. But again, Barrett's been kind of looking weak, so maybe they're just kind of doing the whole thing where, Orton got beat by everybody in the Elimination Chamber, but then he wound up winning the Elimination Chamber. You remember that storyline where Orton, they were trying to find the new face of the WWE, but then Orton won anyway. And maybe that's the same case with this, and have Barrett win and, keep the IC title reign for a little bit and hold on to the title. But there's also a rumor that if Brock retains the championship, and he stays and resigns with the company, that Bryan and Cena, the United States and Intercontinental champions, would be holding the company up by having those matches being featured highly on a Raw and being defended and all that kind of stuff. So, but there's no telling, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking forward to this ladder match. I think they're going to put on a great show. There's going to be a lot of spots. But again, there's probably only going to be one drawback to this match, and that's going to be time. And that's just all it's going to be, because they have so many big matches. Wyatt and Taker's going to be at least 16, 17 minutes. Taker and Sting might be the exact same length. Rollins and Orton could go 20. And then you got, Lesnar and Reigns could go 15, and then you have Cena versus Rusev, and that could go 20, maybe 22 minutes. There's just a lot more. But we'll see. This match, I hope this match goes at least 20, 25, well, not 25, around 20 minutes. I think that would be just fine. If they let it go 12, then that's just going to be a real bummer. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. WrestleMania 31 is coming around the corner. We are 8 days away. And, man, I am super excited.